it going? Gasser here from Gassercustoms. Thanks for joining us. Just want to do a quick little video on one of our latest builds, the Hummingbird. It's a 1975 Honda CB360. Now we tore this bike completely down. It was a stock CB360T model. Pretty worn out, originally red, as you might remember. So we kind of tried to mimic that factory feathering on the tank with our new paint job, which is now a beautiful dark metallic green. Two-tone, we've got a few silver and lighter green accents in the paint. Custom cafe tail section here. This is a full metal tail, which houses all our electronics. Have been relocated up under the tail here. Lithium ion battery, upgraded charging systems, solenoids, fuses, all of that used to sit in here, but now up here. Full LED lighting on this bike front to back. Rizoma turn signals also doubling up as the brake lights, so we've got kind of a 2-in-1 function there, matching turn signals in the front. Let's move around to the back of the bike here. We've got progressive rear shocks, which obviously make a big difference on these vintage bikes. You got to set yourself up with a good set of suspension, because it's gonna make all the difference when you want to throw these things into the canyons and really get after it. New stainless spokes on the rear, powder coated rims, brushed hubs. So in the back here we've got these pretty awesome inverted tip mufflers that we custom made in-house specifically for this bike. We've never done this before, but I like it so much I think I'm going to do a production version for a bunch of different models. We do make scrambler pipes factory that you can buy from us for CB350s. We've never done a set for a 360, and maybe I went a little overboard with the pie cuts, but you know what, it just felt like it would fit this bike so well, so I just let loose. There's 86 pie cuts on these two scrambler pipes, obviously all full stainless, TIG welded together, and it just looks glorious, and you'll hear it in a minute. It sounds glorious, but I just wanted to just have the exhaust pop right off of the bike and really be a focal point. Not that the rest of the bike isn't stunning on its own, but you know, I love exhaust. We do exhaust. We've been doing it for years now, but so yeah, that sounds amazing, and we're very happy with the way that turned out. Also, being a cafe racer, we went ahead and built some rear sets up for it. Extended these out a little bit here just to clear the scrambler pipes on this side. I like to do about a three-quarter of an inch to an inch extension. Not really noticeable from the other side. Still a perfect, comfortable riding position, and but helps you obviously with the heat here. We could have built the shield, but I really didn't want to hide those pipes because they're so badass, so we left them open. Moving forward, we've got a set of K&N pods on Mikuni VM30 round slide carburetors, obviously jetted for this bike. Runs real good, real strong. These are carburetors I'd recommend to anyone because of how tunable they are, and much more tunable than the CV vacuum diaphragm carburetors that this bike would have had originally in the 70s. Those are a little tougher, not impossible to tune, but you're just going to get more power out of these, and these old bikes need a little help. Like I said before, completely rebuilt engine, tore it down to bits, slight overbore, half millimeter overbore, new pistons, rings, headwork, and then a rebuild with all new clutches. Transmission gears were wonderful, so we left those alone. Yeah, charging system is still factory, but we do have an upgraded rectifier regulator in here, but factory stator on the engine. Let's move to the front of the bike. Also, one last thing on the engine, we got a brand new rebuilt starter motor on there, but you don't have to do that, but I recommend that you do, because these bikes have sat around a long time. There's a lot of gunk in there, you know. You can also kickstart this bike, but I didn't install that on this build. I wanted the engine to be clean on the other side. We'll show you that in a minute, but if you're going to be, starter only bike, then it better be brand new. Moving to the front end here, we've got one of our GC triple trees on here. Bar risers, Rizoma bars with a slight rise because we wanted this bike not to completely wear you out like most cafes do with clip-on bars. We wanted this to be more of an enjoyable bike but still be able to handle like it would if it had clip-ons. Rebuilt the front forks completely. Rebuilt, caliper rebuilt. Well, this is actually a brand new Brembo Master because we want a little extra bite in the front end. We'll show you that in a minute. Rizoma fluid reservoir to match. You can see we've relocated the ignition into the headlight. Starter button and gauge function button also in the headlight for this digital Moto Gadget gauge, which we'll show you in a second. I take these factory rotors. This is a brand new rotor from its new old stock. I didn't reuse the factory rotor from the bike because it was a little too heat checked and I didn't really trust it, to be honest. So we took a brand new rotor and then we cross drilled it and chamfered it to give it a little extra cooling and help with the brake fade under hard braking because that Brembo is going to really squeeze this old caliper. Even though it's brand new with a stainless piston inside, it we want to keep it cool because that's the last thing you want is brake fade. Put the fork gaiters on here. This is our Gassercustoms trademark. We wrap these front forks to keep them protected, but so that we have that cool edgy look. What else am I missing here? I don't know. Let's fire it up. What do you think? All right, come on in here with me. I'll show you this gauge really in the front end. We can zoom in on Brembo Master. The Rizoma grips as well, and a mirror. We're running one mirror on the left side. Factory switch here on the left because I like the functionality of it. Still has everything in there that I love. Rizoma bars, R triple. Let's power up that gauge. Here she comes. You're probably not going to get it because of the frame rate of the camera, but we can cycle through the functions here with the push button, just to show you that. Come down, we'll put our fuel on for you. This is a cold start, by the way, as you can see. No burny. So what do you think about that? Well, as you saw, it was a cold start. I probably should have let it warm up a little bit longer before cracking it wide open, but there it is. Running awesome, sounds glorious, makes great power. I mean, I haven't pushed it more, but I did have this bike 90 miles an hour and it had a lot left. Again, strong engine. Those pipes certainly help. Jet those carburetors in. These bikes can really be fast. Show you the other side of the bike here. Super clean on this side. Very wide open. What you see is what you get. No secrets here. The pipes obviously are the focal point of the other side of the bike, but I like this side as well because it's super clean. Obviously, we modified these rear sets here for the through a special pivot that we made here, going back to the rear drum. actuating as normal with an adjuster here for your stop position. Functions really well. I mean, rear brakes on 70s bikes aren't the greatest anyways, but at least you have them on the Hondas, and the Hondas are better than most compared to the British and the German stuff from the 70s. But yeah, here's another shot of the Mikuni. On this side you can see the whole carburetor that you couldn't see on the other side. Also, we've got a nice slim plate bracket here in the back. And yeah, there's probably a pretty good shot of the seat too. You can see the nice profile the seat has with the tank. This is 100% leather. We fashioned this seat pan as well as the tail, everything to match, specific for this bike. Chose to go with a black cap instead of the chrome, which originally came with it. Give you a close up on that. I don't know if you're picking it up in the sun here, but you can see the metallic in the paint. It's really beautiful. It's a two-tone green. There's that cap I'm talking about. Logo in the tank. Now that's under the clear. It's nice and flush. Painter did an amazing job on this bike. There's a little better look at the Brembo front end. Fit and finish turned out really, really nice on this bike. Avon Road Riders, I should mention that. These are my go-to tires for anything, you know, 550cc or less. I love these tires. Not to say you couldn't put them on a 750, you can. I just, when they're matching set, like 18-18, I just think they look so good, first of all, and they actually stick. There's a shot of the progressives in the back. Cool little whip. Cool little whip. So in closing, thanks again folks for watching the video. If you're interested in having a bike built, you're not sure how to do it, reach out. We're happy to help. We're always building. We're happy to collaborate and talk ideas and hopefully build you a bike one day. But again, this is the Hummingbird 1975 Honda CB360. I'm Gasser from Gassercustoms. Check us out, www.gassercustoms.com. Also the same handle for all the Instagram and the Facebook and the Twitter and all that jazz. But till next time, keep the shiny side up. Bye for now.